Hi guys, this is Akhlaq Hamid. Welcome back to my channel. Now in this video I'm going to talk about the tracking in Davinci Resolve. Now if you all remember my last video, I spoke about why I switched from Adobe Premiere Pro to Davinci Resolve. And in that video I spoke briefly on the tracking system, how it works. But when I explained how it was done, I watched the video back and I realized I didn't explain it properly. So in this particular video, I'm going to explain all about how the tracking system works. But before we get started, I just want to say you've probably been experiencing some sound audio problems in my video on my previous videos. I do apologize for that. I am going to sort it out. It's just surprisingly enough, the audio settings are fine. It's just something to do with the microphone. So I am looking into that. So please do bear with me, guys. I am going to look into that. And also I want to say is the tracking system in Davinci Resolve, bear one thing in mind when the object is moving fast. So if you remember in my previous videos, I spoke about the tracking of my hand. Now if I was to move my hand very fast like that, or the object in your video is moving fast, so it could be anything, it could be a fish jumping up and down a pond. If the object is moving too fast, that's when the tracking in Davinci Resolve is going to struggle. So technically speaking, you have to track that manually, but again, even when you do it manually, it does take a lot of hard work, but eventually you can correct it. So that's just one thing I want to point out. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to go back to jump on my computer. I'm going to go through this together, so I'll explain all about it and how it works. So again, I do apologize I didn't explain in my previous videos, so please do allow me a few moments in this video to explain that properly to you. So let's get started, guys. Okay guys, so let's get this party started then. Now the first things first, what we need to do is we need to identify where we want the tracking to begin and where we want it to end. Okay, so basically we just want a start point and the end point. So let's just say, now this is one big chunky clip. I've done this just for the sake of this tutorial, where I was just waving my hand in front of the camera because I was preparing this video for this tutorial. So let's say my start point, I want the tracking to begin here. So I take the razor blade tool and just put a cut there. Next, I want to identify where I want this to stop. Now, technically speaking, I can actually just use this whole clip, but it's too long. So this is why I'm just going to chop it into a small part. So let's just say I want to end it. Let me just get a little bit about there. So this is my end point. So, and there you go. So now I've identified where I want the tracking to begin and where I want it to end. So once you've done that, just make sure you select that chunk and put the marker at the beginning of the video. Once you've done that, click on the Fusion tab. Now the Fusion tab is always the one with the magic wand. So you just press that and it'll take you in this window. Now with the we have a media in and a media out. Those are the two nodes that you'll see. So with the media in selected, press shift and space bar at the same time and you'll get the select tool drop down menu here. And once you're in there, just type in track. Now you'll get three different tracker options here. So you have the camera tracker, the planar tracker. Now what is the camera tracker and the planar tracker? Those two are a bit, they are trackers, but they work in different ways. I won't explain that here, but I'll explain that maybe in a different video. But for now, we just want to focus on the more simple, basic tracking, and that is the tracker itself. So just highlight that and press add. Once you press add, you'll notice I'll just attach in between these two, the media and media out. So what this is actually telling Davinci Resolve is basically whatever comes in, media in, this is going to be, the tracking is going to be, the tracking is actually going to be in the process. and after that this is going to be the final outcome. So I'm sure there's better ways of translating that, but just to give you a rough idea, that's what it actually means. So with the tracking options, what we'll do here is we'll just want to basically we want to just bring this. You'll notice this, you'll get this icon here. That's going to be our tracking tool. So let's just say I want it to be there. And then what you'll need to do is just basically scrub your marker right down to the beginning there, and make sure you've got this on the point where you want it to track. Once you've done that, just click this. Okay guys, so for the next bit, I do apologize because you see, the thing is with my screen recorder, it doesn't seem to be showing Davinci Resolve whilst it's in tracking. So I'm just going to explain what actually happens once you press that icon here. So basically what happens is, see the green line, that all that does is it just follows the hand. Now it's not showing in a moving motion because, as I said, my screen recorder doesn't seem to be capturing that. It doesn't like it for some reason, so I can only apologize, guys. But just to let you know, what happens is when I move my hand, this square here, it'll also follow the hand, so that way you'll know that the tracker is working properly. And if it hasn't followed the hand's movements, all you would do then is see these dots. All you do is see this square here. You just sort of like drag it to its so let's just say, for example, this square, the hand was somewhere else and the square is somewhere else. That means it hasn't tracked the hand properly. So what you would do is you drag the hand, drag the square onto the hand. That's what you do. It is a bit confusing, guys. Like I say, my screen recorder doesn't work. It doesn't seem to like it whilst it's in tracking motion. So what I'll do is, I mean, if it does improve afterwards, I'll probably redo the video again. But you haven't really missed much, to be fair. But that's what would happen. So moving on to the next step then. Okay, guys, so once you're confident that your tracking is in place and you know, you're good to go, you know, as long as you're happy with it, then, you know, as I mentioned, just drag those dots if it's not. But if it is and you want to do the next step, then all we basically do is we'll just click on just make sure the media in is selected, shift and space bar again. This time we want to type in text. So, oops. Text. Now you get all these different texts. Now again, some are 2D, 3D. You've got all these different ones, but the simple one that we need to use is the just the text plus. Once you've got the text plus, click add. Oops, I'll do that again. So shift plus text there. Now once you've got that, once you've done that, then all you basically do is you just grab the end of this notch and just drag it down to the tracker, and there you go. So let's just say I want to type in here tracker. So there you go. So now I've got the tracker. Now I can actually adjust this. I can move it anywhere. So let's just say I want to move it in between the hand, or I can actually move it just next to the finger area. But I think I'm gonna just leave it here just to be on the safe side, and then, you know, you can always go back and test it out. So let's just, sometimes it struggles to play here, so I'm just gonna go back. Now there you go, guys. Can you see what he's doing there? It is a bit of a there. Look, you can see how bang on that, how smooth that is. Perfect. That's all we wanted, guys. It's just as simple as that. So there you go, guys. I hope that's taught you something about tracking. And And so that was the video, guys. I hope you did learn something from this. Now the tracking system in Davinci Resolve is absolutely wonderful. It's brilliant to use. As I mentioned at the start of the video, when you're tracking fast moving objects, it will struggle to track. And the other thing I forgot to mention was it has to have a good contrast. So what I mean by that is, supposing if my hand wasn't as exposed as the background, what happens is the tracking struggles to see that. So what you'd have to do is you'd have to overexpose slightly some colors so the tracking object can see that. So I hope that helps, guys, and any questions, please do ask. I'll always leave my social media links at the bottom of this description page, so you can all get in touch. So I appreciate you watching my videos. If you did like this video, guys, please give me a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.